you knock Aaron Rodgers at your own risk. Aaron Rodgers has a ton of gas left in the tank. Aaron Rodgers is going to have a great season. He's going to piggyback off of what he did with the Jets at the end, and he's going to extrapolate that and have a tremendous, excellent, Rodgers-esque campaign. This is why I was critical of Aaron Glenn for not even having a real conversation with Aaron Rodgers. You know, I can appreciate putting your stamp on something, and Rodgers is obviously gigantic and omnipresent in terms of a presence and a personality. But you know how else you establish a culture and credibility? You win games. And this is a major upgrade. We're talking about the same people, Justin Fields and obviously Aaron Rodgers. The Jets got worse at quarterback. The Pittsburgh Steelers got better. And by the way, go take a look at that schedule. Week 1, Jets-Steelers. There's going to be a lot of pressure.
You hear him? He's gassing
on
up
both
Aaron Rodgers.
teams, both quarterbacks.
Listen to what he says about
to
the Packers.
win that game. Spoiler alert, you don't have to wait for the Football Friday picks. I will take the Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers, assuming TJ Watt's there. I will take the Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers to win that football game. Better coach, better quarterback. Let's go. Aaron Rodgers is going to march into MetLife and throw for 300 yards. And if you don't think that's going to happen, I don't think you're paying attention. And then when he takes on the Minnesota Vikings, and I think Minnesota is going to be terrific this year. I think Minnesota's the most forgotten team in the NFL. I think he's going to have a monster day. And when he takes on the Bears, and he will, remember that whole I own you, I still own you, he's going to absolutely rock and roll. And, of course, middle of the season in Pittsburgh, Sunday Night Football, Jordan Love. Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers come to town. All pressure in the world will be on Brian Gutekunst.
Oh, my God.
Jordan Love.
Can't even say his name right.
Matty LaFleur.
Listen to this. Listen. He's grinning, too. Always grinning ear to ear. He thinks he's on something, boy.
And I can't wait for Aaron Rodgers to absolutely rip apart the Green Bay Packers.
You talk about a silly body, that slimy worm.
You got hold to the wrong stuff.
He waited the whole time. Yeah, so moment of silence for Adam Shine, who obviously he's about 0 for 16 now on Jordan Love takes.
Hey,
right?
go get your shine box.
Go get your shine box.
So, Adam, if you somehow see this tweet come across your timeline, sir, keep being ass.
Like and so.
Very, very consistent.
Yeah.
Jordan Love says, I don't do that no more. I don't shine shoes no more.
But what's your all's take on it? Like, how can you be so confident that something's going to happen and then double down on it, then triple down on it? Again, this is the guy that said Jordan Love can't play football. You know what? I'm going to put it together today. I'm going to create a video of Jordan Love's highlights last night with that little soundbite of him saying, he's going to rip them apart. And then I'm also going to play the soundbite of him. It's just going to be on loop. It's going to be Jordan Love can't play football. Touchdown pass. Jordan Love can't play football.
Oh, nice.
50-yard gain, whatever. We need to put that together. Anyway.
We thought Mr. Cowturd was bad. Holy cow. This is next level.
Yeah. And again, for a guy that can't play football, right?
Clearly.
Tell me if you think these numbers are good. Henry Gold over on X tweeted this out. Jordan Love just had his 16th career start with multiple touchdowns and 0 interceptions. The only player in NFL history with more such games in their first 40 career starts is Patrick Mahomes with 19. There's only 2 players in the history of the game, again, that with 16 career starts has had 16 career starts with multiple touchdowns and 0 interceptions thrown in that game. So Jordan Love just continuing to put himself in rare air there. Another tweet that went out, and I'm just kind of rapid firing here. These are all Jordan Love related. Shout out to Kevin Cole ___ over on X. He put this out. Quarterback efficiency, in other words, EPA per play, through Sunday Night Football with a minimum of 150 dropbacks. Jordan Love leads the league at a positive 0.37. Drake May is second at 0.35. Daniel Jones third, 0.33. Sam Darnold, 0.29. And Pat Mahomes, a 0.27. Dak Prescott was cheeks, so he's dropped quite a bit. But again, you see Jordan Love leading the way at a positive .37. Help me out, guys. Is that good or not?
I don't know. High score. Is that good?
Does that
Did I
break
break-
it?
did I break
What
the
does that-
game?
What does that mean?
That works for me. I like high scores. Let me just add to that picture Clayton put up earlier of his passes in that blurb. Completed 20 with a 0.1% chance. We talked about that earlier. And then he said he also excelled against the blitz, which he was bad at, right? Everybody said that he was bad against the blitz. Completed 12 of 17 passes for 211 yards and all 3 touchdowns. Third most yards against the blitz by any quarterback this season.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So here's another stat for you. All right. Let's just let the hits roll on here. Jacob Morley, go give him a follow at Jacob Morley on X. Jordan Love, 20 plus consecutive passes completed, 350 plus passing yards, 3 plus touchdown passes, 0 turnovers, 0 sacks. Why do I mention that? That's the first quarterback in NFL history to do all that in a single game. There's no other quarterback in the history of the game that has had 20 consecutive passes completed, plus 350 or more passing yards, plus 3 touchdowns, no turnovers, and not been sacked all night long. And some people say, well, that means he's being protected well. Guys, sacks are a quarterback stat. Don't believe me. Watch Caleb Williams play. There's some quarterbacks that are just so unaware they'll take sacks when they need to get rid of the ball. And Jordan Love is one of the best in the league at not just his mobility and ability to navigate the pocket and create those secondary throwing windows, but also just being smart enough to throw the ball away and know when to play for another down. Just absolutely awesome. So
You know what's
He's a
terrible is
grown
that
ass man now. And
correct. Go ahead, Jake.
I shared those statistics with what I will call a kind of a black-pilled Packers fan, and the response I got after showing that, like literally one of the best performances we'll see, they said, "Well, he gets lucky sometimes." All right, so you're just incapable of accepting the fact that Jordan Love is a great player. That's what you are. You have gotten it in your head that you are absolutely just. I can't even.
They've convinced themselves that they know everything.
Yes, dude.
Facebook is the worst. Like I would never
Yes.
thought Facebook. would
That's
be
where it
worse.
was. It was on Facebook.
Yeah, I had to just remove myself from those groups. I'm like, because they don't want to. I was in a Discord chat one time too. I ain't going to say the name, but it was one particular person who, let me tell you, this guy, when things go wrong, he all of a sudden creates a fake accent, and then it's like he gets all amped up and he tries to make him sound like he's from New Jersey and he's all tough guy and I'm gonna get in here and talk a bunch of crap, right?
Gabagool.
Yeah, like, and then all of a sudden, when things go in a different direction, he loses the accent. Like it's like, what happened there,
Could be a
bud?
crackhead.
Fake tough guy stuff, right? And there was one time that in a Discord chat, I said, "Hey man, why don't you hop on and break the tape down with us, and I'll show you what I'm talking about." Like not like I'm going to prove you wrong, but just like it's embarrassing. It's like secondhand embarrassment. You guys know what I'm talking about. When someone's talking and you can tell they don't know what they're talking about, but they've convinced themselves that they've convinced you that they know what they're talking about, and you're just like, boy, he has no clue right now. So it was more of
to
a,
the wrong stuff.
I wanted to change him. I can change him. I wanted to be like, hey man, come talk ball with us and we'll kind of break it down. I'll show you what I'm talking about. And he just laughed it off, took it as an insult. I'm like, okay, the point, Jacob, you can't help those people. You just can't. You can't, man. They don't want to learn. They just want to bitch and moan, and they want to be right all the time. That's all it is.
It feels so good to know that we can like go back, I don't know, 2 years, almost 3 years, and pull our own recibos when we were talking about the progress of Jordan Love stepping into the role as a starter to where he is now. Feels really good, doesn't it, Clay? Doesn't it feel good to see that potential in a player, and then to see this player now right on the cusp of literally going to the top of the mountain? It's so awesome. I was dragged left and right for talking about J Money being the truth very early, and people told me, quit getting ahead of yourself. He's got so much more to prove. He's not elite. Yeah, J Money's elite. Show him, Emilio. Flex that jersey. Where's number 10? 'Cause he only throws dimes, baby.
Only got a little
No.
syrup on it, Tim. Only got a little syrup on it.
Okay.
Come on now.
That's okay.
They got
J
pretty good
Money, baby. Let's go.
Hey, Andy Watkins says, Clayton, can you do just a single pod with only a New Jersey accent? That'd be money. Cannolis.
I don't know,
Forget about it.
It sounded, as I was saying, I was like, this does not sound like a Jersey accent at all. But I'm gonna try.
You got it.
Yeah.
So it just that stuff drives me crazy, man. Like people in different parts of the country, they try to really overemphasize, that this is who I am type thing. And when you try to come across as a tough, the thing that bothers me the most is when they say, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. What does that even mean? That's disgusting. Like, what are you talking like? Anyway, so another stat, PFF tweeted this out. Jordan Love in the second half versus the Steelers. Check this out. 100% adjusted completion rate. 100%. 214 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, and a passer rating of 148.7.
Built to ass.
Good Lord. So, again, Jordan Love was on one last night. Listen, is he going to play like this every week? Absolutely not. But what you're seeing here is you're seeing more of the back half of 2023 Jordan Love this year than you're seeing the 2024 Jordan Love, who was banged up with 3 injuries. And I remember us talking about the injuries. And I always put an emphasis on, look, I'm not using it as an excuse, but we got to be real and talk about the fact that he's playing banged up out there, right? Oh, it's just an excuse. He's overrated, blah, 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 blah. You're seeing it. This is who Jordan Love really is. Now, again, there's going to be bad games, but this right here is what you have in the ceiling of your franchise quarterback. And you've got to tip your cap to Brian Gutekunst for giving him that contract, man. Got to tip your cap. So anything else you guys want to add to Jordan Love before we move on to Christian Watson's return?
Per NFL Next Gen, his highest passer rating so far, 112.8, which was higher than 2022 when he had 14 passes of 112, and his completion percentage right now of the 70.9, highest of the career as well.
Guys, that's 5% higher than Aaron Rodgers' career completion percentage average.
That's crazy.
Mama, there goes that man.
What was his career average, Clay?
65%.
65%. That's what we got it, Murph. You got it.
Damn it.
All right. So if you're watching this video back later, let us know in the comments what you think of Jordan Love, his performance. Where would you rank him? Would you say he's the best quarterback in the league right now? Would you say he's top 3? Is he top 5? Is he top 10? Or are we blowing smoke here and we're maybe pumping him up a little too much? Let us know in the comments. Hit that like, hit subscribe, and click the bell icon so you're notified when we go live here in the future.
The best guy around.
With that Jersey accent. All right. So let's move it along now, Tim. Give me another screen grab. Let's move along to Christian Watson. All right. Christian Watson obviously returned to the field last night, and boy, oh boy, was he on one. Again, just maximizing the opportunities, blocking his ass off. The thing about Christian Watson, man, I don't think you're going to see any fall off. We haven't seen him stretch the field yet, right? I think we would all agree we haven't seen that yet. So I'm excited to see if he's still got that burner speed. But like we had talked about leading up to Christian Watson's return, if you can't go out there and run as much as you want to, he's probably in the background working on his hands, I would imagine. And I'm telling you, man, I do not worry about him catching the football now. Here was Christian Watson, and this was Jordan Love on the run, hitting Christian Watson with 35 seconds left in the third quarter.
Love with a hand signal. The pressure comes. It's picked up. Love to space. Downfield for Watson. He's got it. Christian Watson, welcome back. He's got it at the 7. Flat.
Unbelievable.
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 Down there somewhere. Let's go.
Exactly. You could drop that down now, Tim. And then we got a soundbite. Ryan Wood, shout out to him on X. He posted this video over on X on Twitter. And this was Christian Watson on what it was like being a part of a huge night for the Packers. Here we go.
How about Jordan? I mean, 20 straight passes, completed. Pretty incredible.
That's monster stuff. I think that he really took command. We knew that in the second half we had to go out there and execute a lot better. I think he took the helm and, just led us and put us in a position to make plays. And, that's exactly what we need from him. I think he was definitely huge.
Your catch on
I love that he's putting the shine back on his quarterback. You know,
Yeah.
that's what's so awesome about Scoot. And we talked about this. Yes, he hasn't been on the field since he tore his ACL last year, Tim. But what you're getting with Scoot, you're getting that leader in the locker room who's helping those receivers behind the scenes. He's able to study the playbook harder and work on his hands while he couldn't really go full speed with the ACL that he tore. And by the way, it is worth mentioning, it was reported that he was clocked at 22 miles per hour this offseason. So he should still have the speed, Tim. But Scoot, man, he's a leader in this locker room. And we got him under contract for the next 2 years to decide, do we want to give him the big money? It's pretty cool.
Back on the field like he never left, right? Because he never did. Christian said it himself. He never took a day off since the injury. That's probably why he's back ahead of schedule after blowing out that knee, and looks like he never missed a beat. What can you say about this man right here, dude? I think he had over 30 snaps. We'll get to the snap counts or something like that. So
it goes 35.
I've never been so happy to be wrong. I was talking about 10 or 15 snaps, let him ease him into the game. Clearly it was, no, he's ready to go. Let's turn him loose and let him play ball. And, this offense just looks more dynamic with Scoot on the field. He really does. It probably lends, a lot of credence to why Tucker had the day that he had. Jordan had the day that he had. It really does. It kind of, the best players make the team better simply just by being available. And then when you see him put it together, blocking guys to the water cooler, catching passes, it looks like he didn't miss any time. It's incredible.
Yeah, to your point, Tim, I mean, that's the type of players that we need and we have built in this organization. You looked at Tucker Kraft said at the end of the season last year, basically said, like, if you're not on board, then get the F out of here. And that's what we got with Jacobs. That's what we got with X. That's what we got with Coop. These guys that literally are saying, they're like, we're going to put everything we have on the field. We're going to leave it all there. And if you're not one of those guys and you don't deserve to be on the squad, I think that resonates throughout the whole team, the whole organization, to your point.
Go ahead, Emilio. You get anything on Christian Watson? What do you think of his return, man?
Just an absolute dog. He got 35 snaps, 23 routes, 4 targets, 4 catches, 85 yards, 21.3. He just was absolutely crushing it.
He averaged 21.3.
That's what they have him at.
That's crazy.
I got it for you right here, Emilio. We're on the same page. Yep. I say Christian Watson picking up right where he left off before the ACL. Yep. He was ranked second in the NFL in yards per reception. First game back, 4 targets, 4 catches, averaging 21.3 yards per reception. Go ahead, Emilio.
Literally first play back, basically. He's blocking downfield. I mean, I was trying to say that 2 years ago, and it was the return game of the Pittsburgh game when nobody said he could do anything. He had no hands. He couldn't catch. He couldn't run routes. The man can block, and he's been able to. And what we see today, he can run some routes, and he can get open. I don't think any of that timing really slipped, right? Like with him being out, I think Jordan still kind of knows where he needs to be and has that feeling for Christian out there. I'm just so happy. And I remember seeing a couple plays, too, where we shuffled him into the wing, and he slipped right through and was able to run a route. I just love that we already incorporating that, and he wasn't afraid, right? I'm coming back from a knee injury. You worry about things here and there. Once I saw that first hit, 2 dudes, kind of popped him there, and he got right up and kept going. All right, it's game time. I think you get that first one out, all the jitters are gone, and let's go.
For a second there, I thought we were going to see a jet sweep to Scoot.
Right.
Oh, yeah, right.
A little bit of sugar, getting an ID on the defense. Are they in man? Are they in zone? I thought, man, one of these plays, they're just going to hand the ball to him. But what a great game from Christian, man. After missing almost 300 days, almost a year of no live action, and it says something about a player for you to miss that much time and you just pick up right where you left off, like Clayton said. It's amazing.
Yeah. And Jacob, read that comment for me. I'm going to pull something else up real quick. I want to point out, as you read that comment, catch rate over expected plus 44.6% for Christian Watson. That is insane.
That is crazy. Jen Wright with the chat here says, Watson was game-changing yesterday, even if his stats don't show it. I would argue that his stats do show it, but I agree with what you're saying there, the sentiment there. With another comment earlier about him setting up blocks. We forgot how much of a difference maker Christian Watson is in the running game, or just even when he has to be out there and run block, he's damn good, man. Block. I mean, he can block. Elio, thank you. He can.
You're welcome, Jacob.
I just thought, like you said, for him to come back and almost like he didn't skip a beat, to Tim's point, it's almost been, like he said, 300 days or whatever. I did not expect him to come back. In my heart of hearts, I thought this is going to absolutely hurt Scoot. It's not going to be able to for him to just come back and get that same speed, the same twitchiness, the same aggressivity, if you will. But he did, man. He came in and he looked like he hadn't missed a freaking game. I mean, it just is amazing.
And when you look at the contract, this is what's so exciting, right? And this is where you got to tip your cap to Christian Watson for doing this deal. He could have kind of held their feet to the fire and go, no, I'm going to wait and get my big contract. I'm going to hit free agency. Instead, he signs this little extension here. So he's under contract this year. His cap hit is only $3.3 million, guys. Next year, his cap hit jumps to $6.9 million. $6.9 million for his cap hit next year for I think a true number one wide receiver with the way he can stretch the field, the way he can make contested catches, the way he blocks, everything across the board. He does everything you want a receiver to do. And again, when you look at the structure of it, what they did was they tacked on 3 voidable years. When they do that, guys, they're typically setting the skeleton for an extension if everything goes okay. If it don't, then you just move on. So like, let's say he didn't pan out, right? Then next year, what would happen is the dead cap attached will be $4.8 million, and you could just cut bait and you're done. You're right. You're clean cut. Now, if he just plays those 2 years, test free agency, and leaves, you're only on the hook for $3.6 million that will get accelerated from the voidable years in the year 2027. However, they're already thinking, let's get this extension going, boys. And what's cool is, if they were to get him an extension next year and you've already got those voidable years, you could push those down. There's a multitude of ways that you could make this work. He's only 26 years old. So what I would like to see is to get him under contract through the age of 30. If he continues at this rate, there's no reason to think that he won't continue at this rate, seeing that that's his first game back. You would expect that to be the rusty game, right? Yeah. So not the Rusty Hurts game, but the rusty game. You know what I'm saying? So
Rusty Hurts. Oh man, it's been a minute since we've seen him.
And you listen, you got to tip your cap.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, I've heard. You got to tip your cap to Brian Gutekunst for getting this contract done, but more so, I think you tip your cap to Christian Watson for being a team player, coming back early from the injury. He's the guy in there digging out the safeties, digging out the ends, blocking for the running backs, right? He's been a team leader this offseason, working with the young receiving corps. Never missed a beat all year long in terms of the offseason program. He was there every single day. He's just, he's different.
Sure. You look at a receiver the caliber of Scoot, and you would expect him to be a diva. You would expect him to not.
Yeah.
You would expect him to, not show up for mini camp, and you would expect him to. But that's not what we have with Christian Watson. Clearly, this guy is a different breed. I think it runs in the family. I mean, you look at that family; they've got a ton of talent in that family on multiple levels. You can tell it's a testament to how he was raised. Shout out to Mama and Papa Scoot. That's incredible to see an elite wide receiver that is willing to roll up his sleeves, do the dirty work, show up every day, be a team player, take a team-friendly extension, do what you have to do to remain a Packer, rehab a nasty injury, come back ahead of schedule, and immediately have an incredible performance. Scoot is on a level all his own. Honestly, he really is.
Dude, to that point, Papa Scoot, remember when he first, it was within minutes of him having that injury, he said he's going to come back. He's going to absolutely put his head down and grind. That's exactly what he did. And to your point, Tim, the family structure around that, you have to have people in your corner that are going to give you that sort of confidence. And he did everything and did it in a crazy rate. I'm just so excited that he's still on this team, man. I think that the sky's the limit for this dude. Literally,
I remember in July watching him just run around, with shorts on, and running little basic routes, and we got all excited. And we had that feeling like, oh, maybe he's ahead of schedule, and it's like it's a testament to his work ethic. The guy literally never stopped grinding, even with the injury. I mean, I can imagine that the medical staff and the trainers probably love to work with him. Because he follows it, does what he needs to do to get back. And it's amazing that he's, we were talking about Thanksgiving, getting him back for Detroit on Thanksgiving. And it's like, here we are. He's already back playing at a high level and helping us get a win. I love it.
Yeah, definitely. Eric Sutherland says the only person that should be prouder than Christian Watson is Christian himself. This young man is an absolute gem, nothing but humility and dedication. Amen to that, man. So Christian Watson couldn't happen to a better person, man. Absolutely awesome. Hard work pays off, man, for sure. Murphy in the chat says, I love that no one on this team seems to be a diva. I love that we don't have guys doing all these commercials and stuff to play ball. It's so true. It's so true. And again, when we talk about Packer players, the Packer way, that's what you're looking for in a player, right? You're looking for these guys that they carry themselves different, Emilio.
Yep. To Corey's point, do you know who got the 3 balls for Sunday Night Football, right? Jordan Tucker and Micah. You know who has the last ball now currently? It's Jordan Tucker and Rashawn Gary. Micah handed that Sunday Night Football ball over to Rashawn and said, "You deserve that, man."
But he's a locker room.
He's a cancer, Emilio.
He talked about it in his interview. Rashawn said, "Man, you can tell what kind of person Micah is and what we all put into this and the drive." Micah said he didn't deserve that. He wanted to give it to the man that did deserve it, and that would be number 52.
It's hilarious, too, because when I seen those 3 standing out there, I remember thinking Rashawn Gary should be out there. And it's so cool that Micah recognized that, right? And again, great leaders, what do? They absorb criticism and redistribute praise. That's and what it's just all across the board. You heard Christian Watson. They're talking about him. Great comeback. Not putting the shine back on Jordan. Yep. Jordan putting the shine on his receivers. Tucker putting the shine back on the guys. Man, I do this for you guys, right? Yeah. It ain't about me. I do it for you. It's just we're building a team. We're not collecting talent. So if you're watching this video back later, let us know in the comments what you think about Christian Watson's return. Do you think he's 100%? Do you think he's still maybe holding back a little bit? Do you think he's going to return fully to 2024 Christian Watson, where he really seemed to have turned the corner? Let us know in the comments what you think.
He can block? Well, let us know.
There you go. Let us know in the comments.
No rock.
Hit like, hit subscribe, and click that bell icon so you're notified when we go live here in the future. All right, let's talk a little defense. Actually, let's get some Jeff Hafley. Let's get a little smirking Jeff Hafley up here because he was cooking with Crisco last night.
Get over here,
Belt to ass, BTA. Know what I'm saying?
Crisco sponsor the show, by the way.
Let's go.
All right, so this was Rashawn Gary's first sack of the night as he sacked Aaron Rodgers for a 3rd down stop. Jeff Hafley was dialing up the Joker 1, and if I remember correctly, guys, you guys know what Joker 1 is. Actually, let's just show you real quick on the screen. I don't think we'll get in trouble for actually showing you the diagram here, at least the picture of the play. So Joker 1, that's Micah playing the Joker, where he's standing up over the nose, right? He's flirting around with that A gap. They did it most of the night. This was also a cheetah package, I'm almost positive as well. So cheetah packages, 1 defensive tackle, 1 true defensive tackle. I think it was Devontae Wyatt on the field. And then you had 3 edge rushers. It was most of the night. It was Micah. We've seen Enigbare out there a lot too, but it was Micah, Rashawn Gary. Sometimes it's Enigbare. Sometimes it's Barron Sorrell. But again, this is NBC, and this is Mike Tirico on the call. People were roasting him, raking him over the coals because he got the name wrong there. I think on Micah, and he said Mac. But like I said, Rashawn Gary, Jeff Hafley dialing up the Joker 1. Here's Rashawn Gary's first sack on 3rd and I think 15 on this particular play in the first quarter.
Pack bringing 4. Parsons forces Rodgers to escape, but is there at the end. He and Khalil Mack meet at the quarterback.
And you'll notice he actually, I think he put the belt on that play.
Dude, I'll be honest. I was a little like when Rashawn had that in the first drive. I was like, damn, he put the discount double check on him. Oh no, man.
I think maybe Tirico grabbed the wrong mug in the broadcast booth. He might have drank whatever Chris Collinsworth was drinking.
You got the old Summerall mug.
Here's the guy.
All right, here was Rashawn Gary's second sack. And in this tweet, I just said Rashawn Gary with another 3rd down sack. Someone check on ESPN Milwaukee. They are not well tonight. All right. So this was a 4th quarter, 9:47 left. Another 3rd down play. Guess what? It was Joker 1 again, and it looks like a cheetah package. Here we go.
The Packer fans who made the trip making noise. Micah rushes up the middle again. Aaron in trouble and brought down. One of the defenders who played with Rodgers 6, 7. Now the Packer fan.
Love it, man. Love it. So Rashawn Gary having himself a night, obviously. Let's go around the horn with that for a second. Then we'll get into a little Micah Parsons talk. But obviously both very, very effective last night. Rashawn Gary now, I think he's 5th in the league after all the stats were tallied. He's 5th in the league in sacks now. And of those top 20 guys or whatever, I want to say he's 6th. I think it's 6. Maybe it was 3rd in run stops as well. So not only do you got a pass rusher, but you got someone who's going to play the run really well. They just play off each other extremely, extremely well, he and Micah, because like right there, Micah's forcing the pocket. Gary, kind of a cage rush, little engage, watching Rodgers try to step up in the pocket, comes in and pounces on him for the sack. So
this
cool
is what
seeing
we
this
talked about when the trade rumors first started circulating, right?
I know, Tim.
We heard
We're
all
trading
this.
three first-round picks,
Yeah.
right? We're going to trade 3 first-round picks and Rashawn Gary for Micah Parsons. What did we say?
That's stupid. The whole point of bringing Micah in would be to pair him with Rashawn Gary on the field at the same time, and we got a real good look at that last night. I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I just think that like you put a couple dogs on that line. To Tim's point, the idea that we were going to trade away our best pass rusher to get another pass rusher to me was just absolutely asinine. And then when you get there and you pair him, like you said, because I mean, man, I don't think you'll ever see a more disciplined edge rusher than Gary. You know what I mean? For the stuff that we've asked him to do, somehow setting the edge every now and then, whether or not we want to let him pin his ears back. When you have a guy like Parsons on the opposite side, it just really does free up Gary to be like, okay, you go out there and you absolutely just do the scary Gary stuff, right? Like you actually show us what you're made of. He was a humble guy in Michigan. He was a humble guy in his first few years here. Asking him to do what I think would probably not let himself go, not uncage himself basically and just play more discipline. Now we're at the point where we have so many dudes on that line where we can actually rotate him in and say, go, Gary, you just freaking go. And now you, like you said, man, he is just complimenting Parsons, the way that those guys work together. I would be shocked if he doesn't hit double-digit sacks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you can kind of tell, like Clay was saying, when Rashawn's able to power rush, but still be able to extend and get off the dude and have that visual of like a line to the quarterback. Because on the other side, Micah was getting forehands all game long. I mean, every time he lined up on the outside, they either slid the guard over to help protect, or they had a chip on Micah. So you get Rashawn over there one-on-one with the other, with the opposite tackle. I love our odds, and I love that they were flipping them around. I love that I love that we're not stuck to one side, like, Rashawn's only a left end or whatever. It's, it's that you don't know what's going to happen sort of thing with this defense that I just absolutely love. And yeah, moving them around, getting a joker, and everyone's playing for each other. Michael, I'll take a sack, but dude, Rashawn deserves that ball. Devontae Wyatt, Kobe Wooden over there cleaning up the middle. Like, we wouldn't be having these opportunities without him.
That takes me back to training camp when we saw that. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You could, Tim.
But at camp, we saw Coach Covington working one-on-one with Rashawn.
Yes.
We saw a lot of Coach Covington and Coach Ogabasi working the drill with the different techniques, getting off your block, and then the number drill. How many fingers am I holding up? Are your eyes getting to where they need to be, regardless of where we're having you line up, what technique you're playing? And those were stressed throughout training camp. And now we're really seeing this translate to the field. We're at the halfway point of the season, but I mean, let's be honest, this was the biggest game of the year, up to this point. And these boys showed up, and it does. I mean, we didn't have Micah at that point. We still had our normal squad out there. So you bring a talent like that in, and then you see Rashawn doing what he does. It allows you to move Micah, into that look. It allows you to do things that, this league has spent, the last handful of seasons trying to figure out how to block Micah Parsons off the edge. And then Jeff Hafley's like, hey, we're going to stick him in this joker look. Let you go ahead and try and figure out how to block him and Rashawn. It's just amazing, man.
It is.
What do you, Tim, what do you think about Eric Sutherland's comment here saying, I was proud of Quay taking his game and keeping his composure. When Metcalf couldn't, it was glorious. Quay has come full circle. You talk about a man growing up. You talk about a guy coming into his own. The transformation of Quay Walker, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated parts of this defense and why we possibly could be a Super Bowl contender. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, of course. That's my dog, man. You guys know that. That's my bulldog, Quay Walker. I said this a couple of years ago. Everyone was raking him over the coals. Speaking of a guy who deleted his social media because he was tired of the nonsense.
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely correct. I think Quay has really become extremely coachable, and I think it translates to what we see on the field now. I don't think anyone's going to be able to get in his head. He's not going to do the extracurricular too much, but he is going to talk that talk while he's walking the walk. And I think Matt Schneidman did a good job of kind of summing up what happened there. I basically, there were words exchanged like there was all night between these guys on the field. And Quay just kind of gave him that stare, gave him that, stare daggers through DK Metcalf. And we all know DK doesn't exactly keep his composure as well as other guys do all the time. And that was just a testament to the type of player that Quay Walker has grown into as a pro, as an NFL player. And, I really do. I think he's going to get that second contract. I really hope he does.
Yeah.
After what we've seen right now. And he is a leader on that defense. And that was a key moment because I thought for sure seeing that we might get offsetting penalties here. But lo and behold, Quay kept his cool, never made contact after the play. I love it. So to your point, Jacob, I think this is full circle. This is someone learning from their mistakes and growing into a seasoned pro out there, which is what you have to be, man. We're talking about trying to win a Super Bowl here. You cannot have extracurricular, 15-yard personal foul, unnecessary roughness nonsense when you're trying to win a championship. And I think Quay understands that right now, and he's really playing at a great level. I love it.
Talk all the smack you want between the whistles. You clean it up at the end. As long as we're not getting pre and post snap whistles and penalties, I'm good. We get the speed from our linebackers. You're seeing it out there, and his mental growth and strength from where he started was incredible. I mean, that's it. You can talk all the smack you want during the play, bottom of the pile. You get up, you stand there, dude's barking at you. Keep your cool. I'll take 15 yards all day long for the team. And then everybody gets hype on something like that, right? You're getting jawed at. They're getting a personal foul. Everybody on your team's like, okay, yeah. You want to try that with Quay? All right, wait for the next whistle, man. You're about to get 6 seconds. So,
I mean, the man literally tried to poke his eye out. He tried to poke him in the eye,
and then the poke didn't work.
That's growth for sure.
Yeah, the poke didn't work, so let's grab the face mask and yank him down. All right, sir, you didn't see that? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, you know how that goes. It's always the last guy that gets the flag, right?
Absolutely.
Never see who starts it.
Yeah, so Micah Parsons, listen, I know he gave his game ball to Rashawn Gary, and you make you think, okay, maybe he didn't deserve it as much again. This sack he got here, 14:47 left in the game. We're up 22-19. The reason you grab someone like Micah Parsons and you keep Gary, of course, Micah Parsons is what we call a closer. When you've got the lead in the fourth quarter, you want those edge rushers that can hit home, right? Him doing this on first down is huge too. Guys, he beats a triple team on this block for a sack. They bring over a tight end. He chips him. The tackle blocks him. He beats the tackle and then beats the guard and gets for the sack. Here was Mike Tirico with the call over at Sunday Night Football.
He's at 319. You heard before that cadence. Rodgers deep drop. Nothing open. He's going down. Sack Micah Parsons. Number 1.
Absolutely awesome. And he beats a triple team for that sack is wild, man. And then when you look at the stats here, we'll take one last glance at them real quick. These are your sack leaders in the NFL right now, okay? And this is according to NFL Pro, all right? Ooh. So I can get it just right here. I apologize. So here we go. Myles Garrett, 10 sacks. Brian Burns, 10 sacks. You want to know why the Giants are a horrible organization? Was it the Giants or was it the Panthers? They're both horrible organizations.
Panthers.
Was it the Panthers that traded away Brian Burns?
Yeah.
So they had that tier 1 edge rusher in-house, and they said, we could part with that. And then you had the Giants who had that tier 2 post safety and Xavier McKinney. We could part with that.
Saquon.
And you wonder about the garbage. Yeah, exactly. So it's just, anyway, Brian Burns, 10 sacks. Byron Young, 9 sacks. Nick Bonito, 8 sacks. And then in the number 5 spot, you've got Rashawn Gary with 7.5 sacks. Right behind him, Micah Parsons with 6.5 sacks. Here's what's really cool. Micah Parsons, 1 less sack than Gary, but 19.7% quarterback pressure percentage in terms of NFL Pro GPS tracking, okay? And then Gary is sitting at 12.1% and hitting home with those 7.5 sacks. Also, look at the stops. Rashawn Gary, 21 stops on the year. So you can see of all these sack leaders here, when you look at the stops column, notice who has 21 or more, right? You have to get all the way up to Gary, okay? And then it's Nick Bonito's got more, Byron Young, Brian Burns, and Myles Garrett. So the point is, of the guys who are leading in sacks in the NFL season, Rashawn Gary has the 5th most run stops as well.
Yeah.
And listen, Micah, he's a speed rusher, right? But he's still got 16 stops.
Yeah.
Pretty darn good there as well.
And that's coming off of Myles Garrett having a 5-sack game, which is insane. So
yes, exactly. So again, you've got 2 edge rushers. This is why you keep Rashawn Gary when you trade for Micah Parsons, right?
And again, those Rashawn Gary haters and doubters are awfully quiet right now. They're definitely not gonna admit that they were wrong when they were complaining about his play. So we'll tip our cap to Rashawn for sure.
Oh boy, Tim, the first game they have where he might have a 7% pressure rate and no sacks, they'll be right back on their high horse talking about how he's garbage again.
Yep.
It's statistically impossible for him to do what he's doing and be bad at football. Not just this year, throughout his entire career, Rashawn Gary's done this. So last thing I want to hit on here, and we'll get ready to wrap up. Carrington Valentine, we talked about him a lot, right? And we'll be real brief with this. But obviously he was on the field. We seen Nate Hobbs. I seen Nate Hobbs briefly, right? So he was on the field briefly. And then all of a sudden you seen Carrington out there, and then Carrington was out there again. It's like, did Nate Hobbs get hurt? I'm combing through the Packers news Twitter, nothing there. So essentially what they did was they put Carrington in for a series. He played good on DK, and then let's keep him back out there. Let's put him back out there. Matt Schneidman put the tweet out. Carrington Valentine played 62 of 63 defensive snaps. Nate Hobbs only played 4. Now listen, I'm not going to pile on Nate Hobbs. I don't think he was fully healthy. I don't think he was up to speed on the defense. He was behind the 8 ball, getting hurt in training camp the whole time. This isn't about bashing Nate Hobbs. What this is about, though, is we have got to keep Carrington Valentine on the football field, guys. What he did to DK Metcalf last night was wild. Because, again, I put that – I don't know if you guys seen that tweet I put out of the little smaller cop guy that sets up the stool, stamps up on it, and smacks a guy much taller than him. Like, that's what Carrington was doing to DK last night, no doubt about it.
And to tight ends. We saw him, matched up on some tight ends at times, making plays as well.
Mm-hmm. And again, it doesn't mean he played perfect. It doesn't mean, he's without fault. But the point is, Carrington Valentine is a true outside starting cornerback in the National Football League. People have got to start recognizing that. Man.
Say it again for the haters in the back.
And listen, with the coaching staff, you got to tip your cap to the coaching staff. You know how hard it is to say, I know our GM just paid Nate Hobbs that money. And again, it's really just a 1-year deal. We talked about that pretty extensively on this particular program. But the fact that they're still willing to go, you know what? That's not the better corner right now. And maybe he will be in the future, right? But what's your
scared money don't make money.
What's your all's take on Carrington Valentine and kind of where he's at right now?
He's a dog. Plays with that chip, plays with that swagger, and a little bit like Tim says, a little bit of that jaw that's gone. A little bit of that jaw that's gone when when we lost him. So I'm just happy he's out there. You got to get those reps. But then looking at it, if Nate Hobbs is a little banged up, gets better, whatever. If CV's out there playing like this, we have depth now. If you're saying Hobbs wasn't there, right, and you can put Hobbs in later on in the season, you never know when you're going to have an injury. I'm happy the secondary played as well as it did. We were talking about X earlier. I think he had a great game, and just really everybody. I think the secondary is starting to zone in, especially now having that front 4 rushing like they are.
Agreed. I don't know what else I can say about CV that I haven't already said. I feel like I've been waving the flag, carrying the torch for CV for a while. I honestly am surprised that it took this long to see him get these kind of reps. We've been talking the last handful of games about wanting to see more of them, and clearly he used that opportunity last night to his advantage, played some damn good football for us, and I hope we see more of him. He'll get to do it at home this Sunday against the Panthers for a nooner. Love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Andy Watkins says, can't wait for Chalk Talk. Me either, Andy. I'm going to try to start to dive into the tape today and break down, try to come up with, we try to keep it at 10 plays. Last week it was 19. So it's liable
this week it'll be 56 plays.
Exactly. So I'm looking forward to it too there, man, for sure. But again, everybody that's watching this video back later, let us know what you think about Rashawn Gary and Micah Parsons, how they're really starting to gel together. How many sacks do you think they'll each do? Will they both finish with over 10? When was the last time that happened in Green Bay? Well, they both finished with over 15 because Rashawn Gary's actually tracking 15 sacks right now, and Micah Parsons right behind that as well. Let us know about Carrington Valentine. Let us know about Quay Walker. How you feel about all that? Hit us up in the comments. Also, hit subscribe, hit that like button, and click the bell icon so you're notified when we go live here in the future. Boys, that's all I got. The voice is going. I'm going to have to get a nap. Obviously, it was a late night. We were in here. Emilio seen when the link was created for the stream. He said, "Was it created at 1:30 in the morning?" Yes,
that's like me playing Xbox, Clay. I was surprised you're up that late.
Exactly.
Emilio was calling audibles when he saw that post.
No doubt. Before we get out of here, Tim, tell them about this awesome organization we're raising money for here, and we just got 4 more days left, so we're coming down the wire.
Yeah, this Friday, the 31st, Halloween, that'll be the deadline, I believe, to get your donations in for Operation Horses Heal. OperationHorsesHeal.org/how can I help, or you can scan that QR code in the upper right hand. But obviously, we teamed up with Operation Horses Heal to help raise money for them to get them a truck and a horse trailer so they can bring this life-changing horse-assisted programs directly to veterans. You guys all know, if you've watched this show even for 5 minutes, how we feel about the men and women who serve our country, and give us the freedom to be able to sit here and talk ball with you guys. So Operation Horses Heal is doing a lot to help veterans, active duty personnel, and their families on their own self-guided wellness jerseys. So each donation, regardless of dollar amount, till the end of the month here, this Friday, is an entry to win an autographed Romeo Dobbs jersey, courtesy of Packer Fan Total Access, a.k.a. Clayton and Mandy, and Pristine Auctions. Thank you, guys. So go to OperationHorsesHeal.org and make sure you check out the site and see what they're doing for our veterans and their families. But more importantly, if you can donate, that would be great. If not, hey, share the link. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's raise some money for a great cause, and also give you a chance to win a cool piece of Packers memorabilia. So OperationHorsesHeal.org/how can I help.
Yeah, another way to find that link real easy, if you just go to my Twitter account at Packers_access, the tweet that's pinned at the top of the page will be a quote tweet of Tim's tweet. You click on Tim's tweet, the link's right there. You can do it on your phone. You can do it from your desktop, whatever. So real easy way to access the link there. And again, there's no amount too small to donate. And then look, if you don't have funds to help give to this cause, we completely understand. Just spread the word. OperationHorsesHeal.org. That helps as well. So we appreciate y'all helping out with the veterans, and something that's near and dear to our heart here at PTA for sure, man. Appreciate all the sacrifices that those men and women continue to make for our freedom. So that being said, we're out of here, guys. We'll be back tonight, 6 p.m. Central for PTA Live. Victory Monday rolls on. Jen Wright said, we'll see you at 6. We know we will, Jen. Appreciate you so much. With that being said, as always, let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world, and go Pack.
Here we go.
Bye, guys.